Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
The band Brass Pear is playing this Saturday at the Keswick Tavern at 117 South Iron Street in Keswick. Brass Pear will be playing all your favorite hits live Saturday, March 22nd from 8 to midnight, and there's no cover charge. Come have a fun night with Brass Pear performing at the Keswick Tavern this Saturday night. We are live from Barnwired here in Sigourney for the Iowa Music Showcase. How we all doing? Yeah. Doing the regular Iowa Music Showcase again every Friday here from about 11:30 to noon. We've got Mr. Cody Vandermolen hanging out with us. We're going to get to Cody here momentarily. But first, as always, let's bring in Amanda Snakenberg. Amanda, put your hands together for Amanda. Make Amanda feel the love. What? People are whistling at you, I think. I don't know where that came from, but Amanda, what's happening here at Barnwired?
Exactly who that came from. So today is our lunch special is shrimp and seafood gumbo over garlic rice with garlic bread. Our sandwich of the week is grilled chicken salad on croissant with your choice of side, and our soup is chicken rice. Okay. Also today we are honoring one of our very favorite customers. I'm gonna try to do it without crying. Jerry, he came in every day and had coffee with us and sat and chatted with all of us, and so we are doing free house coffee today in his honor, because that's like all he ever did was just drink free or house coffee. So and then last night we had the Tri-County Post-Prom Tip Night here. It was absolutely nuts. So, we had a lot of our normal, local people come in, but then we had quite a few people from Tri-County coming over. We ended up raising $750 last night off of Tip Night. So, yes. We did 93 out of the kitchen last night, so kudos to those cooks back there, because they were rocking it. And so, yes, of course, Thursday nights we're open on Thursday we are open till 9 p.m. We do not close. There's been, some confusion on that. We do not close. Ever. And then all night. That's right, until 9. I was here till 10 at least last night, but. And then Saturday and Sundays we're open 8 to 2, and we are serving breakfast all day on both of those days, and our lunch menu will start at 11. Sundays have been going over great also, so I just appreciate everybody. And before too long, if the weather cooperates, we'll have the patio, so we'll have more seating, so don't let that hinder you. Yeah. So that's what I got, Steve.
A bunch of stuff.
It is a bunch of stuff.
Great job today, Amanda. Thank you for the update. Again, Amanda Snakenberg from Barnwired, which is where we hang out every Friday. And, of course, Saturday mornings, too, for our sports section show where we talk to area athletes and coaches. Well, once again, Cody Vandermolen. Cody, how you doing today?
I'm doing really good.
Awesome.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you here. And you and I chatted on the radio a few years ago. You're thinking it's about 3 years ago.
It's about that. It was 2022 when I first quit being an electrician, which I'm back to doing again, but it's all right. And God had a different plan for me, and that's okay. And, it was probably spring of 22.
Yeah, so that's kind of when we first kind of became aware of each other and got to know each other a little bit.
Yep.
And you were obviously doing music at that time. You still are. But as you know, we also chatted on the phone this morning for a little while on just another morning show that we do here on Steve Shuttler Media. So maybe recap what you said this morning. The last few years have kind of been a whirlwind. You've been here, you've been there, and
for sure. I mean, so I was doing my music, built a studio in my basement, was getting ready to do a lot of things, had my summer booked. Fall was booking up and in the winter, and and found out that my ex-wife and her husband wanted to move to Georgia with the kids. So I had a conversation with my older two and just said, hey, what do you think about this? And they wanted to go, and I'd always kind of wanted to get out of Iowa myself. So I was like, maybe this would be good for them. And so they went, and a lot of other things that I won't talk about here happened to me and stuff like that, choices I had to make and decisions, and ended up in Colorado, then back down in Georgia, and then Tennessee, and home. And it's just been a ride, and we've met so many great, wonderful people, and God's blessed us in so many ways. But I listen to me too much, and I didn't really ask God about things and what he thought, and he's the only one that matters what he thinks. And when I listen, he shows himself, and I don't lean on my understanding anymore. We take it to him before we do anything anymore.
Nice.
I mean, I can do little things.
Yeah.
He trusts me with that.
Well, good job. So before we go any further, how would you describe the music that you play? Obviously, you're a Christian. Obviously, you've got some country music in you. And we were chatting beforehand. We got a little bit more in depth as to what kind of music you've listened to before as well. So lay it out there for us. What do you listen to? What do you sound like?
I mean, my voice lends well to many things, and that's a good thing about my voice is that I can do. I grew up listening to Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, all these sorts of things and stuff, which I was compared to that a little bit physically on your show.
Yeah,
and I love that stuff. There's a place in my heart for that stuff, but I kind of wanted to separate myself from country music, and I don't know why. I think it's just because it seems like everybody's doing it and all that. But I write songs, and I don't have to do all that stuff too. And so I lend well to it. I like it. It touches me emotionally. I mean, I turned on a Josh Turner song the other day I hadn't heard for years, and it reminded me of my wife, and I just started crying. And it, just because it's like it meant something to me when I was younger, and I didn't have that person. I never really felt like I had that person. And now with my wife now, it just... That's her. It's Would You Go With Me? And it's such a great song. And so now I'm putting that in my repertoire to play that song now, and I just love it. Country hits me more emotionally than any other genre, but I love blues.
Sure, yeah.
And I have a good voice for that too.
Yeah.
And so God's blessed me with the ability to kind of acrobat a little bit and do things, and I just want to take all this opportunities I get and just, I write secular music too, because I write things and stories from my life, and everything kind of has some mention of God or angels or something anyways in my music, and it just always has. And I've just never been prone to curse in my songs, even when the F word was my favorite word. And I'm a construction worker by trade, so it's like a sailor. But yeah, I've always kind of just done that anyways.
Yeah.
And I like to write from the highs and lows, loves and hurts, and people like to do other music, and I love talent, and I can appreciate all kinds of things, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. You were mentioning earlier this week it was Jerry Cantrell's birthday. He was on our birthday list for celebrities, and he is a singer for the rock group Alice in Chains. And then you came up later on in the show with your video, and we were like, he kind of looks like Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. And then we didn't know, we had no clue that you were watching the show, and you were like, yeah.
I ain't working right now, so I got time.
So that's kind of funny how that worked out. Yeah, before we went on the air here, you were kind of getting warmed up, and you were playing some Pearl Jam, you were playing some blues stuff, playing some of your originals. So yeah, you kind of hit everything. Yeah, you put a check mark in all the boxes.
Yeah, because I like really exploratory songs vocally, right? Like I like to be able to challenge myself in times. That's why I really love singing like Chris Stapleton and things like that. And those, I love like Red Clay Strays and Teskey Brothers and stuff like that. These are bluesier country kind of things, and I love Americana, and I really love bluegrass a lot, and I'd sure love to do bluegrass. Like I'd like to get something going with that. I love bluegrass too. So
you should get there's a gal named Lori King here in Southeast Iowa that has a bluegrass band that you should. If you're looking into that,
I'm down for whatever. I just want to do.
She'd be somebody to connect with, and maybe she could point you in the direction of some other people looking for a similar thing there.
Sure.
So, well, let's get into your first song of the day. You got your guitar in hand. What song do you want to do for us?
So I do have a 6-song EP, a Christian EP that's streaming on any platform: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever you got. and it's called Convicted. And this is a song that I wrote that it's called Walking with Jesus. And it's just a little short ditty. It's probably 2.5 minutes long. And it's just something that, I don't know, it came from another song that wasn't a Christian song that I was writing. And I just kind of rethought it. And I'm like, I just think this would lean into better being a God song.
Okay.
And I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll write songs that aren't, and I change them because I'm like, a love song. How easy is a love song to change and put God in there?
Yeah.
Because if I don't love him first, how can I love anything else? So that's how I feel.
Awesome.
This is called Walking with Jesus. It's my daughter, Sydney. She's 9. It's her favorite. She likes to sing it with me, too.
All right. Cody Vandermolen here on our Iowa Music Showcase.
The Lord gave me a soul. I'm not just a bag of bones. When I die, I'll know where I'll go, 'cause the Bible told me so. Up in the clouds where his glory never fades, walking with Jesus when he takes me away. When my time here is no more, I'll be walking on those golden shores. Go on now, wipe away those tears. Where I'm headed, there ain't no fears. Up in the clouds where his glory never fades, walking with Jesus when he takes me away. Not sure how much time that I've got. My soul won't be resting in that plot. The Lord has a place in eternity, a place that's reserved just for me. Up in the clouds where his glory never fades, walking with Jesus when he takes me away. If you find yourself looking for me, just know I've been set free. Y'all can still visit that stone, but that grave will never be my home. Up in the clouds where his glory never fades, walking with Jesus when he takes me away. Up in the clouds where his glory never fades, walking with Jesus when he takes me away.
I like it. Good tune. Cody Vandermolen here on our Iowa Music Showcase. That sounded like a song. Have you recorded that one?
Yeah, that's on my album, Convicted. You can go and we add a little rattlesnakey thing, right?
Okay.
When I'm doing that, too. I had my buddy Ben do that. And, yeah, we had a good time making that. We spent 6 songs. I had chord progressions, I had lyrics, I had beats per minute. You know, I'm not a key guy. I need to work on things. And but he's such a musician all around. He plays every instrument and all that. And we spent 13 hours one day in his studio doing all 6 songs, building them out.
Okay.
And he had them turned around in 24 hours and mastered back to me because he had to go on the road to tour. And so he's such a brilliant dude, and what a blessing he's been to us.
With that song, I was getting like the old stomp clap.
And there's stomps and claps
Nice.
on that track.
Yes.
We did stomps and claps. And my wife was on there too. If you notice one that's a little off beat, that'd be her. But I kept it in there because it's authentic.
Yeah.
And I like authentic.
That's awesome. We'll have to check that out again. Cody Vandermolen here on the Iowa Music Showcase. We're going to get more with Cody coming up. We're going to take about a 1.5-minute break if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube. And we'll be back at Barn Wired with more of our showcase right after this.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel, come check out our showroom at Valvey Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valvey Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valvey Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
And we're back live here at Barnwired in Sigourney. Make sure you get in here for some lunch today or some coffee and or gumbo. They got the gumbo here today for their lunch special. We're hanging out at Barnwired for our weekly Iowa Music Showcase, and we're hanging out with Cody Vandermolen. Cody just played a fantastic song that we all enjoyed. We got more coming up here. Now, Cody, as you mentioned at the top of the show, you kind of were bopping all over the place there for a few years, but it sounds like you made some pretty decent connections. There's like kind of an Iowa Tennessee connections that you made there with Ben Wilson from Oskaloosa, right?
Yeah, I actually connected with Ben early on when I started going out to do it full time myself. They came back to do a show with Adam Whitehead, and we all went to the same church in Oskaloosa.
Yeah,
and so that kind of introduced me back to him.
Yeah.
And since that, then, they're never in Tennessee. Like I told him when I told him I was moving back here, I go, there's a better chance I'll see you in Iowa than I will see you in Tennessee. And so, and that's true. So,
Ben's an Oski native, and
awesome,
him and his wife are
Cassie's
out there
amazing.
on the road, just, doing all sorts of
They do their own
incredible
brand,
things.
man, of Americana, and it's just, it's familiar, but it's different.
Yeah.
And it's just that pipe organ of a voice she has, and I always say that he's kind of like a James Taylor-y kind of a good harmony, a smoother voice, and I love them. They're great.
So Gold Pine, if you're watching this by chance,
yeah, for sure.
We want to book you on this show sometime. Maybe they'll be back here this summer sometime.
Perhaps.
But Cody, you're the focus here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Let's name drop other artists. Who are some artists? We got Mr. Lee Klett over here.
I know.
Who are some artists that you like to hang out with here in the state of Iowa?
Well, Lee, I would like to get with. We've talked on the phone. He's probably one of the ones I kept in contact in every state I've lived in the last 3 years, and we touch base, and I run things by him because I really respect what he does, and I think that they're like the Ambassador Award, that he got makes so much sense. They're just truly great guys, and him and his brother, and they, I saw him at the Legion in Oski one night, came to tonight and have a show, and they're like, hey, you want to play while we're on break? I'm like, okay, so he's been really good at supporting me and stuff like that too, and I really appreciate that. But I'm willing to meet more and more people too. I mean, music's for everybody.
Sure.
So.
Now you're just kind of getting settled back in here in Iowa. You're living in Grimes, right?
Yeah, we're staying in my mom's 2-bedroom apartment for now. Our house is available on the 29th of April, and we're so blessed that she gave us everything she had, and with our 2 puppies. And but it's such a blessing, and I don't look at things. It's just, I said to my wife before we went, I go, it's going to be cozy.
Yeah. So if people aren't familiar with where Grimes is at
Northwest
on the map,
Des Moines.
All right, northwest.
Suburb of Northwest Des Moines.
Okay, all right. So are you looking? Where are you looking to play at? What kind of venues? What kind of different opportunities?
Where they pay me.
Where they pay you
would be nice. I don't. Lee knows we'll drive anywhere, right? I'm getting out of state even too. I mean, it's nice to just put a little feathers in your cap of different places playing. I love that I played I had 4 or 5 places in Colorado I played. I got to play at Morrison Holiday Bar, which is right by Red Rocks, and I got to play there a couple times, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
And we got I love busking, playing on the street to people. And if you're an artist, go out there and do that. If you want to gain courage,
Yeah.
just go out in the middle of where people are and play your songs and play songs. It's such a real experience, and people appreciate it so much. And I love that stuff.
Very cool. Now, I'm assuming since you're so versatile with your music selection that you know that you could probably play anywhere from a church to a bar or a winery or a restaurant, or wherever.
Yeah, I like, I have things about bars sometimes. The rowdier ones are probably not for me. But bars and grills and wineries, breweries, any kind of festival spot, anything like that, and churches for sure. I mean, I definitely would love to come and share my music about God and play some Christian covers that I also like to do, because I like to take hymn songs and stuff like that and kind of make them my own, and I definitely something I'd be interested in doing.
Are you able to do do you give a testimony, or do you give a message or anything like that?
I read the Bible. I mean, I know. I mean, I'm not going to give you every chapter, verse, and stuff, but if you hide the word in your heart, he'll give you the words when you need them.
Yeah.
And we do read our Bible and we study that, and I pray a lot, and yeah, I mean, I have a testimony. You want my testimony? I was a real crappy person at times in my life, and now I'm not.
Amen.
I can go into details, but
that's good stuff. Maybe at some point you can give a longer testimony than that.
Perhaps, yeah.
Let's get your second song for the day.
All right, so
yeah, go right ahead.
This song is called "Run." This is it mentions a little God in there, but I would call it more of a secular song. It's country, and it's just one of those songs where experiences from my life, my wife's life has been similar, my mom's life, where it's just like when you're somewhere and you feel like you're trying, but other people aren't. And my instinct was, you got to go. And that's what I did. I mean, I'd stay for a long time, but when I had enough, I got to get out. You got to preserve yourself a little bit. But, if you find the right people and you put yourself around the right people, you don't need to go nowhere. You're fine. You're right where you are.
Good stuff. So once again, put your hands together. Let's make him feel the Southeast Iowa love. It's Mr. Cody Vandermolen here on the Iowa Music Showcase.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. 'Cause we were young, we felt the world was against us from the start. We were dumb. We let people in that always broke our heart. So where do you go when everything was just a lie? When you need someone, but everybody here won't try. You gotta run away when things have come undone. And you gotta run with a hopeful feeling this mightn't be the one. You just ride off into the setting sun, and you've got to run. Well, pleasing was our way. All we ever wanted was to belong. But every day we can never say we done it all wrong. So where do you go when everything was just a lie? When you need someone, but everybody here won't try. And you've got to run away when things have come undone. you've got to run with a hopeful feeling this mightn't be the one. So you just ride off into the setting sun, and you've got to run. You can't lose hope, I pray you won't. There's so much now that's weighing on your mind. Your heart is broke, it's turned to stone. Dear Lord, come and be by my side. So where do you go when everything was just a lie? When you need someone, but everybody here wants to ride. Oh, you've got to run. Run away when things have come undone. Oh, you've got to run with a hopeful feeling this mightn't be the one. You just ride off into the setting sun. Oh, you just ride off into the setting sun, and you gotta run.
Cody Vandermolen.
Hey, thank
Good
you.
stuff. Yeah. Great song, Cody Vandermolen, here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we are live at Barn Wired. We're going to get one more segment out of Cody, but let's first take a little bit of a break. We've got Neil running the controls. I got him running everywhere. Let's take a minute and a half break. We'll be back with more 5 random questions and another song from Cody coming up here at the Iowa Music Showcase from Barn Wired. The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com. Why choose Lifetime Dental? The legacy and experience of 30 years. Cutting-edge technology. Advanced education in pediatrics. Orthodontics. And restorative dentistry. A one-of-a-kind experience for the whole family. But most of all, we're compassionate doctors who are here to listen to your concerns and use our expertise to help. For all things dental, think Lifetime Dental.
Steuben from Tassel Ridge Winery is a very popular light, fruity, semi-sweet rosé wine with cherry and apple aromas and just a hint of cinnamon. It offers a spicy, tangy finish and is made entirely from Steuben grapes. Steuben is perfect as an aperitif with appetizers or with spicy dishes like Mexican or Asian stir-fry. This wine is best when served well chilled. Steuben is available at Tassel Ridge Winery and at some of our more than 350 retailers in Iowa.
All right, we're back here live at Barn Wired in Sigourney for the Iowa Music Showcase. Next week, you'll want to be here in person or watch here online. We've got more of a kind of a rock band, actually. They're called High Council, and they're going to be coming here live. I don't know how many of the guys. I think it's a 4-piece band. Not quite sure how many of the guys are going to be here, but we'll have High Council hanging out here at Barn Wired. Okay, Cody Vandermolen. This is the time of the show we do 5 random questions,
All right.
Not deep thinkers, just kind of whatever pops into your head. Now, our question of the day, which probably, I don't know if it's noon yet, but it goes up at noon on Facebook. Our question of the day today, how many loads of laundry do you do in a typical week?
Well, right now we're going to laundromats, so they got the big ones, so we can just throw like 2 loads maybe, but probably like 3 or 4.
Throw it all in.
Especially when I go back to doing construction, I'll be probably doing more laundry. But also, maybe not. It depends on how dirty it is. You can wear it again.
Sure, yeah. Question 2, what song makes you crank up the radio?
Oh, I would say something that in past has made me really just get it is a cover that Mark Broussard did of what's
that
the song?
one song.
Cry. Oh man, really? Anyways, I was like one of his like top supporters on Spotify, like, and I saw him in concert. I was like 10 feet away from him.
But his name is Mark.
Cry to Me.
What was it again?
Cry to Me.
Cry
It's a
to
cover
Me.
song. It's
Okay.
something that was done years and years ago, probably in the 50s. But
And the artist is who?
Mark Broussard.
Mark Broussard.
He's been around for 20-something years. Like,
Okay.
he's good. That
Awesome.
kid can sing.
So we'll check it out, and we can jam to it along with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, question 3. Do you have any job interview horror stories? Were you interviewing for a job and it just went bad?
Honestly, not really. I mean, I don't really apply at places I don't want to work.
Yeah.
and so, it's always an option if I'm sitting there.
I've
I've been blessed. Being an electrician, there's usually a lot of options.
Yeah. I
So-
applied at Steve Shetler Media here about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Well, it's not over yet. They can still get fired.
Question 4. Who was the last entertainer that you saw perform live?
Mark Broussard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was in Denver. I think that was the last one we saw. Who? Well, yeah, my friends in Gold Pine. That was the last live performance I saw was them.
Okay.
They were doing a Christmas show, and they're just doing the opening, like few songs. We drove to Franklin, Tennessee. We drove an hour and a half or so down there. Gave them something to take over to Uganda with them for a mission trip. I had a keyboard for them.
Yeah.
And then we saw him play, talked to him for a little bit, and then we drove back. Because I had to go work in the morning and stuff, and I'm like, I'm good. So,
Question 5. The most money you've ever gotten back cashing in your change. I just took my change back here recently. Neil was with me for some reason. He goes with me to the bank. I don't know why. He tries to get my
best
money.
friends do what best friends do.
And he almost guessed the right amount. I had a little over $42 in change.
Did you give him any? For guessing
No.
something?
I'll buy you lunch later. How about that?
I don't know. I think if I had cash, I'd have more change. I just don't use cash a lot. So I haven't been doing gigs as much lately. Like Lee and I have talked about, he's having a safe full of ones like we're dancers or something.
Yeah, I had enough change in my car in the cup holders where it wasn't holding, like the drinks were going wonky. So I had to scoop out all
My
the
wife
change.
will have more cash on hand sometimes, and I'm like, why'd you take that cash out for? But it's all right. It's usually for a good reason.
Yeah, awesome. Again, we're hanging out with those were your 5 questions.
Oh, cool.
I mean, that was easy enough.
Man, it went quick.
Cody Vandermolen here on our Iowa Music Showcase. So we got room for one more song. What are you going to lay on us this time around?
So these will probably be the songs that won't be my most popular Christian songs. I have a tendency to write conviction songs because I get convicted about things. So reading my Bible, I feel like there's a lot of things that says God tells us not to do. And and it's not all just grace and mercy all the time. It's you got to follow the word. And that's what I try to do. And I'm talking to me first. When I write these, I write them to me. I do not write them, but I feel like they're for lots of people. Yeah. And so this is one I wrote as a poem to start out with, and it's called Heaven is Near. And it's just it's kind of a bluesier number. And it's got some little walk down the neck bar chords. Let's see if I can do it. I wasn't doing too good when I did that song before we started. So
you were doing great.
We'll see how she goes. But this song's called Heaven is Near. And it's
right.
on my album Convicted as well.
All right, one more time, Cody Vandermolen here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we're live from Barn Wired every Friday from 11:30 to noon.
We're on a journey for our everlasting soul. The world is evil and it'll never be our home. Word is spoken so we know what to do. Gotta shine Jesus' light and let his love show through. Yeah, go on and shine his light every day and night. Don't go chasing the worldly desires. They'll only lead us to hell and to fire. Gotta love our brothers and sisters, my friend, so we can rise when Christ comes again. And there ain't no time to put our head in the sand. There's not much more sin that the Father can stand. I'll say it loud so everyone can hear. Make yourself ready, 'cause heaven is near. Trials, tribulations coming down the line. If we walk with the Lord, it'll be just fine. Troubles will come to stand in your way. Don't look to the world, it's destined to fade. Listen for the sound as the trumpet so bold. Angels in formation like the scripture told. The God of the old is God of the new. Stay faithful to him, and his gates we'll walk through. And there ain't no time to put our head in the sand. There's not much more sin that the Father can stand. I'll say it loud so everyone can hear. Make yourself ready, 'cause heaven is near. There ain't no time to put our head in the sand. There's not much more sin that the Father can stand. I'll say it loud now so everyone can hear. Make yourself ready, 'cause heaven is near.
Yeah. I like it.
Right on. Like I said, my fingers ain't been working on the bar chords too much today. I don't know why. Sometimes I just get like paralysis. I don't get it.
Well, Cody Vandermolen, you've been a fantastic guest.
Appreciate it so much.
Been great having you, back on my show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we will definitely be doing this again here in the future.
Oh, for sure.
Do you have social media-wise or website-wise, where are you at with that stuff?
We still need to get EPK done, and that's something that we're going to be working on once we get settled in our house and everything. I want to kind of get that stuff done, photos, things, which it so weirds me out to just that people take pictures of me. Like, it's just like what? I'm not like glamour shot. I feel like if I do an EPK, I'm just going to do glamour shots. I'm going to poof this hair up and get it all moosed out, and maybe a little rouge. And
go to Sears.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. We'll just get some of those done. I don't know, but like I'm probably gonna do more of having my wife and people maybe hire somebody to come while I'm playing a show and just take more organic pictures. I don't, the standing in the field with my guitar thing. I'll probably do it at some point. I don't know, but it just, I don't know. It makes me and my skin feel weird. Like I don't want to pose for things, So.
I get it.
But yeah, I have Facebook, Cody Vandermolen. Look me up. And I have Instagram. I think it's, I don't know what a Cody VDM Music IA. I don't know. Something. I have TikTok too. I don't know. I don't really do much on any of that. Facebook's enough. Honestly, if I didn't do music, I wouldn't even be on any of it. So I'm going to try to give that over to my wife, or maybe if we ever make money at this, do like a manager or something. Like, you do that. I don't want it. And,
We've said before that it seems like all the artists that we have on here would rather not do social media.
The ones that do make it don't do it.
Yeah, they don't have to.
They don't have to, right? We do, unfortunately, have to do these things.
Well, great seeing you again. Best of luck with everything going on in your life right now, and we'll definitely be in touch to keep things rolling and helping each other out. So
take a Friday off work to do this again.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be good. Well, let's eat some lunch, shall we?
All right.
Let's get some lunch here, which you can, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can get in here, eat some lunch at Barnwired today. Again, we will be here tomorrow morning, same place, exact same place right here. We'll be talking to some of our area athletes. We've got Aaliyah Cooper from HLVTC Track. She is a heck of a track athlete. We've got Aiden Reeves, who grew up here in Sigourney for a while, Albia, and has done some fantastic wrestling in college and is just recently a national champion. So we've got a loaded show tomorrow. Jenny Hobbs is your host for the sports section, so we'll be live at 8 a.m. All right, that'll do it for this time. Neil, thank you for running the controls.
Thanks, Neil.
Thank you guys for being here. Did we have a good time today? Fantastic. Thanks for hanging out. And Cody Vandermolen, a great job on the mic and on the
Just
singing.
such a blessing to be here. And I appreciate you and your friendship and your help and support me and all the people that do that. I'll support you right back.
Awesome.
So.
All right, so we'll do it again next week. Again, the band High Council will be here. Again, we're live at Barnwired in Sigourney. We'll see you next Friday.